So this is my first face video on this channel, and it's not really under the circumstances that I would like. I had ideas of what I would do, and it's not really the case. So as you've seen on the title, my mother died on December 29th, and I wasn't told about it until January 7th. And like I said, this is not even what this channel is supposed to be about, because I have, since becoming a mother, it has changed, like, the way I think, and I live in, I don't want to say constant fear, but I think about death a lot, and I think about just all the things that could go wrong often. And I know that can't be normal. Maybe it is, but I don't think that it is. So this channel is really supposed to just be about me talking about some of, like, the internal struggles that I have with being a mother. And it's like, listen, I love it. I love my babies. I love my babies so much, and I think that's part of the problem, that I love my babies so much. And I don't, getting this news about my mother just really, like, it really just changes things, because oddly enough, I really thought she was going to not necessarily live forever, but I didn't think that this would happen. And I know you're probably like, everybody dies, of course, and thinking about death often. Like, I should have known. But the thing is that my mother has been in a vegetative or vegetable coma for over 25 years. So I guess because of that, in my head, I was kind of like, she's already, like, dealt with the worst. Like, what else could possibly happen? Obviously, death is worse. But I just have so many, like, mixed feelings. And I have family members that I think are very disingenuous. And I try to be positive and, like, see the best in everybody. But I have thoughts about that. I just had a crown done, actually, Tuesday before I found out. And so my gums hurt. But I don't think that I can really feel, like, I feel the pressure of it, but I can't really experience the real pain of it because of this headache that I have, because I cry so much. So anyways, I guess I just want to be, like, transparent that, this channel isn't going to necessarily be about my mother. It's a diary of me, a mother, which right now I'm just dealing with the loss of my mother and planning a funeral. And I've never planned a funeral before. And the irony of all of this is that because of my mother's coma, I was raised by my grandmother. She died December 29th. And then 2 years later, my mother died December 29th. My grandmother's funeral was on January 7th. And I found out about my mother's death on January 7th. So I guess it's interesting, the irony of all of this. But pray for me, for all those prayer warriors out there, because it's not easy. And it's like, on top of that, my daughter, I have a 4-year-old. I have 3 kids. I guess I should introduce, I have 3 kids. I have a 7-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, I have a 2-year-old. My 4-year-old is turning 5 on January 20th. And my 4-year-old, listen, is like the exact image of my mother. Like, my first kid and my third kid, it's like, they look like they're related to me. Definitely do. I think more so related to their father than me. but they definitely look like they're related to me. But my second one, my 4-year-old, when I had her, like my mother and my mother's younger sister looked like unofficial twins. And when I saw my baby, I said, this looks like my aunt. Like she looks just like my aunt has no kids, and it looked like she spit this baby out. And then as my daughter just got older and progressed, she started looking more like my mom. So this is like, it's just a very interesting period because she's actually scheduled for double eye surgery on Tuesday, so in about like 4 days. So it's hard getting the news that my mother passed, and then knowing I'm like trying to mentally prepare for the surgery, because like I said, I was a very positive person before I had kids. It's really weird. I really was. I was always a glass half full person. Now I'm like, I don't know. The glass is closer to half empty than half full, and I hate that I'm that way, but I don't really know how to get out of that way of thinking. So pray for my baby. My baby's having surgery, and I'm more nervous than she is, but it's probably because I know that she's having surgery, and she doesn't really know that she's having surgery. So that's that. But going forward, excuse this video, because this is not what this channel is going to be about. I mean, it is going to be about like talking about like my kids, but more so just like the effect that it has on me, because I really wonder if this is normal. Like to think, I don't know, like just to be always like nervous and like always afraid that like someone's gonna hurt my kids or something's gonna happen to them. And then I also fear that like something's gonna happen to me, and they're so young. And I lost my mother when I was 11 years old, so I know how tough it is growing up young without your mother, and so I definitely don't want that for my girls. So that's more so what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about just me like thinking through this and kind of seeing if there are other people out there who just, you know, just have these constant fears. Because I just, you know, I just like want the best for them, which I know that's normal. You know, of course you always want the best for your babies. But I just want to be like at peace most of the time without like a need for like medication or anything. I see a therapist, and it's more like a paid friend. You know, like she listens and sometimes she gives tools. But, you know, I think they're kind of temporary because, one, you know, I find myself not being as forthcoming with her, which is probably not very helpful since, you know, I'm paying her to provide a service and I don't tell her everything. But it's just because I don't know how normal this is to like have the constant fears that I do, and especially when like before I didn't have them. I mean, like I guess when I got pregnant with my first daughter, I was fearful, but fearful of like dying giving birth because I'm Black, and I know that we're not always treated fairly in the medical world. So, you know, I was concerned about that. I was legitimately concerned about that. I think like once I got to the second kid, not so much. I mean, I still was concerned, but oddly enough, the way I sort of think is that if I think of negative things that could happen, they won't happen. At least that's what I'm hoping. But that's the way my mind goes, is that if I think of the worst that could happen, then the worst won't happen. You know, it's sort of like how I grew up being told you never say never. Because if you say never, then it will happen. So I never say never, which kind of, like, you get the point. Like, I never say never, but that's not true because I do say never. But I don't say never when it comes to things like I what I would do is I try to like reverse engineer it. So I'll say, you know, I'll never win the lottery because I want to win the lottery. And I think that by saying I'll never win the lottery, that I will in fact win the lottery. I haven't won the lottery, but maybe one day I will, because I've said it so many times that I never will win the lottery. And maybe I need to be specific about the lottery, because the lottery could be as simple as giving birth to a child, because I know that there are people with, you know, fertility issues, and that is like the lottery is the jackpot, because the amount of happiness I had when I held my first baby in my hands was priceless. It's indescribable. It's amazing. It's like this feeling that I don't know. I don't know that the world or anything else can kind of give you, except like experiencing having this child that you've prayed for. And I got 3. All 3 of my babies were planned, and I worked hard to get the first one. Then the second and third one just kind of came easier. I won't say easy, but they came easier. So I love those little girls. So I'll talk about them more in detail as we progress on this channel. But I just wanted to come in and say something, because like I said, I had plans to post like every day, because it's a diary. So I used to write in journals when I was in high school. I used to write poems. I used to write a lot, because growing up, like, life wasn't always easy. Which I know, like, that's normal too. You know, it's not like I was born of wealth to both parents and all of that stuff. You know, like I said, I lost my mother at 11 to she had a heart attack and went into a coma. And I lost her really officially on the 29th of December 2024. But and my dad just was there, but not really there, you know, just not really present as a father. So I grew up with my grandmother and, you know, the people that I was exposed to, and so it just wasn't like the greatest childhood, but I'm I guess like a miracle within it, because despite my circumstances, I didn't let them define who I was to become. I graduated from high school, which not too many people in my family did that. It wasn't like a thing. It was a big accomplishment to do that, and I did that. And not only did I do that, I went off to a University of Central Florida, my Golden Knight place. I love that place, because that place opened me up to opportunities that I didn't know that I could get. It introduced me to people, to amazing people. You know, God is very intentional in the people that He has placed in my life despite my circumstances. And I met some great people at UCF, some people that, you know, genuinely cared about my success and wanted to see me succeed, and I am forever grateful to them. They know who they are, for, you know, all the support and love. Like, to meet like someone that you don't even know, and for them to like genuinely care about your well-being and your success, and kind of go over and beyond to make sure you get it, lets me know that there are some amazing people out there. And these people look like me too. So it was refreshing. Being at UCF was definitely like a chapter of my life that completely changed my life. It was amazing. And then from there, I went on to law school. And that's where the real stress came in. But I went off to law school and graduated law school. I took the Florida bar. I passed it the first time. Girl, let me tell y'all, like, I was so happy. I was so happy. My grandmother was there to celebrate with me. Like, I'm like one of maybe like 4 within like my I want to say like my grandmother's lineage that actually has a high school diploma. And then I'm maybe like 1 and 2, because I think one of my cousins may have a degree. I'm not too sure. But to get a bachelor's degree, then I'm the only one with a post-bachelor degree, with my law degree. And it's amazing to accomplish that, like I said, given my upbringing and my circumstances. But God really, he really showed off. I used to have this shirt when I was younger, this red shirt, red and gold. And it said, when God made me, he was just showing off. And y'all, like, for real, he was just showing off, because boy, has he like delivered me and took me through some things. And I know he's going to do the same with, everything that I have going on with my mom and my daughter. And he's gonna come through. So yeah, that's a little bit, just a little bit about me and my current situation. So I don't know who will see this, because I have like 0 subscribers, and that's fine. But eventually I guess I'll find my tribe, and then you guys can let me know if what I'm going through is like normal, or do I need to like see a psychiatrist or something, like, because I fear that I could be crazy, but I don't think that I am. I just think that I take paranoia to a different level. And my friend, she sees a therapist, and she has diagnosed me with anxiety. She's not a doctor, but in her head, she thinks she is. And so she says I have really bad anxiety, and I need to see someone about it, and I need to take medication. And I just, I don't know, I guess I like think about, back in the days, I'm sure mothers had it harder than I did, and they managed. So, I gotta find a way to manage, God's gonna come through. And I mean, I've been very functional. I've been managing. So I have my moments when I like, break down and cry, but I think tears are good. It allows you to kind of release some stress. So I'm not against it. I just want to know if there are more people out there that kind of share in those thoughts and anxieties that I have. Just being fearful of like the worst and always wanting the best for my kids. Oh, I forgot. My name is Bridget. It's like the first thing I probably should have said. Hi, my name is Bridget, and this is my diary. This is my visual diary of a mother.